topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from top local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to experts in family law, association law, hearing loss, business brokers, home care, along with many other topics. Now here are your hosts, Steve-O and Sophia.
Hey, good afternoon, Los Angeles. Welcome to another incredible show today of Ask the Experts. I got to tell you, we have been promoting today's show. We're waiting for Dr. Gupta to come on the show. He is also an internal medicine doctor. He still sees patients at the hospital, and once in a while he does get an emergency. And if he did this time, he's left me to do the whole show himself. We are going to talk about the hottest topic in America right now. And I'm seeing it now under different names, but I'm going to use the word skinny injections. That seems to be the phrase everybody's using. Before we get started, this is the Ask the Expert show. We bring you top experts in the field of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. We have different shows every week, every day in different markets. And we have been doing this now for 12 years. So before podcast, any of those areas, we had already started doing the Ask the Expert show. You can go find our shows on YouTube, and you can also find them on iHeart, and soon to be TikTok. We are working on finalizing our deal with TikTok. We will start with them next week. I'm really excited because we'll be able to offer I would say about the first 3 to 5 minutes of our shows on TikTok. So I'm excited about that. Watch, the government will pull it right as we're getting ready to start. I guess, first of all, I want to start off with, I am actually using the injection. I have a kidney problem that the doctors wanted me to lose a lot of weight. And I got to tell you, I have tried everything out there. And I mean, some of them actually do work maybe the first month or two. But if you've ever tried to lose weight, it always comes back on you. And in my line of work, I do a lot of sitting. And, you just tend to let that stomach grow. So, I got to tell you, it is hard to get the skinny injection. You've got to get your doctor to write a prescription. I had problems with it because, the injection was actually made for diabetics. And they discovered that it also causes you to lose weight. Let me tell you something. We're waiting for Dr. Gupta to come on. I got to tell you, I don't know exactly how it works. I know it has to do with peptides, but I got to tell you, it does a number on your mind. One of my favorite foods is pizza. I love pizza. Now, I did learn a while back to not eat the whole pizza, to get a smaller one. But now, after I've been on the injection now for 2 months, I've lost 15 pounds. I look at a pizza now, and I'm gonna tell you something. It doesn't make me sick, but it just my mind tells me I don't want that. I'm not hungry. Why eat something if I'm not hungry? It really does work. I've never had anything like this before. I have taken supplements and supplements that they advertise that it's going to get rid of your appetite. I have never, those have never worked for me. And if they did, it was maybe only a week or two and it stopped. But this actually works. So if you're thinking about starting on the injections, there's about 4 or 5 different companies out there that make the injection. I'm on the first one, Olympic. Let's see, is that right? It's the only one that starts with an O. But
you're thinking Ozempic, Steve.
Oh, thank you, Rebel. So I started on it, I guess it's been about 2 months now. And you start off with a lower dosage. It's like a pen, and you turn it till it gets to the dosage that you want, and it automatically does it for you. And then the second month, you go on a higher dosage. It's funny, I just got an email from Dr. Gupta. Let me just tell him to come on now, waiting on you, because he can do this so much better than I can. But the second month, you go to a little bit higher dosage. And, I know you've heard people who've gotten sick off this. Not very many, who've had side effects. But I have a feeling that some of these people try to start off with a higher dosage and thinking, if I start off higher, then it will go faster and I'll lose more weight. I think those are the people who are having the side effects. I have had 0 side effects. I'm following the directions. I want to tell you, for those who are thinking about doing this, do it. It will be probably one of the best decisions you've ever made. People ask me, well, now, what if you stop taking it? And my doctor told me that instead of doing it weekly, once you get to your desired weight, cut it back. Do a maintenance of like once a month. Now, for those of you who do not like injections, I am the biggest baby in the world when it comes to injections. I've always hated shots. Cannot stand them. And this one, of all things to do, you got to give yourself a shot. And you give it in the stomach or the leg. And it sounds so painful. I've got to tell you, and I am not exaggerating at all, that when I give myself this injection once a week, the needle is so small that I have to check to make sure I've injected it. You literally don't feel it. So for those of you who don't like injections, I would say one of the things is don't think about it. Don't think about giving yourselves a shot. But I am telling you, I don't even feel it all. So that should get rid of one of the negatives. It is a little bit expensive. My insurance covers mine, but again, I have a health issue, so I'm pretty lucky there. We're waiting for Dr. Gupta he's with the wellness clinic. And, it's really crazy. I was talking to my great producer, Rebel, and I was telling her yesterday, what we do is we send our experts a link. And I sent the link to yesterday morning show, and I sent it about 8:30 in the morning. They did not get it until noon, both of them. And here I thought that they just missed the show. And I'm kind of wondering about Dr. Gupta, if the same thing's happening, because my great producer has told me about something. What is it called, Rebel?
Mercury in retrograde.
Yeah, I feel stupid. I've never heard of it before, but that was sure weird yesterday. So, the reason why I just brought it up, I always put my phone on mute, always. And I just did it right before the show. And here it was ringing. How it got to ringtone, maybe it's some more of that crazy stuff going on. But anyhow, we're waiting on Dr. Gupta. I hope he'll come on with us. At least I know that I can explain the injection. There's a lot of different ways to lose weight. Dr. Gupta, who is probably one of the greatest internal medicine doctors in California, he discovered different ways to lose weight, unconventional ways, more of a holistic way. And, the name of his company is Mindful Weight Loss. And it really is. He starts with the mind. I mean, he's not hypnotizing you or anything like that, but he has been so successful getting people to lose weight. He does the injection, but it's just one of his elements in his bag of goodies. But if you, and I'm going to give you we're running it right now, his phone number. Please write this down. It's 310-220-4543. And I'm telling you, he can do his telemedicine from just about anywhere in the country. So if you're watching us right now and you're in Texas, you can contact him. They do the telemedicine, and he can prescribe you the injection. I think he's got several different name brands. And talking to doctors across the country, each doctor seems to have their own favorite company. I'm going to ask Rebel just to run a commercial for us so I can email Dr. Gupta again and see if I can still bring him on. If you don't mind, Rebel, running one of our longer commercials, and we'll be right back.
K. Bender Rembaum is a full-service community association law firm dedicated to the representation of community associations throughout Florida. On KBRLegal.com, you can learn more about their offices in Pompano Beach, Palm Beach Gardens, Orlando, Tampa, as well as throughout Miami-Dade by appointment. Several K. Bender Rembaum attorneys are board-certified specialists in condominium and plan development law and assist clients with all matters of community association legal issues while keeping them up to date on new developments that affect their associations. K. Bender Rembaum is also a well-known provider of free legal education for managers and board members. Contact K. Bender Rembaum today by calling 800-974-0680. That's 800-974-0680 to reach any of their locations. You can also visit them online at kbrlegal.com or write to them at info@kbrlegal.com.
And we are back with the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV with your hosts, Steve-O, Sophia, and their expert guests.
And we are back. I just emailed Dr. Gupta. Maybe he thought it might have been too late to come on. I told him that we still have time for him to come on the show. And he's with us every month. I knew today we were going to be talking about the skinny injection. I knew that. And it's a good thing that I'm on it. I can actually explain it and I can endorse it because it is a great, great product. The only thing is, it's a little embarrassing when you go over people's house for dinner. And I mean, no matter how much they're serving your favorites, you just don't want to eat. And I try to be nice about it. And they think that maybe I don't like their cooking, but it's just something it does to your mind that just tells you, don't want that. But the great part is you look at the scale. Now, you got to be patient because you're going to lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week. Doesn't sound like much, but just imagine. So I've been on it for 2 months and I've lost 15 or 16 pounds already. And I'm pretty sure I will be losing a lot more, but you have to be patient. It seems to me like so long ago that I started, even though it was only 2 months ago. I don't remember if I lost anything the first week. If you don't get discouraged at all. Another funny thing is I'm also a restaurant critic. So I have to go into restaurants and do tastings. That's another thing that's tough. But it came down to my health. When you are overweight, it's not just about being overweight. It's the blood pressure being high. It's like in my case, kidney functions, sleep apnea, diabetes. I'm grateful to God that I don't have diabetes, but there's so much that revolves around when you're overweight with other health issues. So I don't care how bad food looks to me. I mean, I still eat, but nothing near what I was eating before. A friend of mine is on the Weight Watchers diet, and you spend half your time trying to figure out your points. And I think that's why a lot of people come off of Weight Watchers. But Dr. Gupta has got, what's so great about him is you sit down with him and he does a history because he wants to find out, first of all, why you're having problems losing weight. And that means blood work, hormones. It's like when a doctor sits down and does a history and physical on you. Well, he does the same thing. He wants to find out, maybe it's stress that's causing you to gain weight. Maybe it's inactivity. Maybe it's hormonal. But he wants to find out, first of all, why you're gaining weight or not losing weight, so that he can tell you what method he's going to use to get you to lose weight. And that's why it's so effective. If you walk into a GNC, you tell them you want to lose weight, they give you a pill to take. They have no idea about your body. And a lot of times, things they will give you, I don't know if you know this, but they have deals with manufacturing companies to push their product. And they have incentives to do that. So if you think about it, everybody's body is different. How can a pill be good for everybody? So you got to find out, first of all, what is wrong, what is causing the problem. A lot of times, men or women, it's your hormones. Um, in my case, Sophia, who you hear her name at the beginning of the show, um, she has a hard time sleeping. Well, if you're not getting enough rest, guess what? You're going to either put on weight or you're not going to lose it all. So again, that's one of the things that Dr. Gupta does. He wants to find out, first of all, what is the cause of it, and then he treats you. So I know he does a hormone replacement. That was one of the things that I tried, and the hormone replacement was not my problem. Mine had to do with my age and high blood pressure. So again, everybody's body is different. I thought Dr. Gupta would be coming on by now. It doesn't look like he's going to make it, which is really a shame because he is so knowledgeable. But I'm telling you, if you will call him at 310-220-4543, tell him you heard about it on the Ask the Expert show. But if you're really serious about losing weight, I'm telling you, forget the Jenny Craigs, forget the Weight Watchers. Everybody I know who went on Weight Watchers, and I'll bet you it's about 10 or 15 people, including myself, are all off of it now. It did seem to work for a while, but you cannot keep that type of lifestyle up. Maybe you did know someone who did. I'm not saying 100% it doesn't work for it, but everybody I know that tried, including Oprah. Oprah is no longer with Weight Watchers. So we're giving you here an expert, not me, Dr. Gupta, in weight loss. And if you've got a friend or if you've got a family member, and I'm sorry the show is sounding so much like a commercial today. Again, I'm sure Dr. Gupta had an emergency. That's usually what happens when he doesn't make the show. And he's been with us for several years. So I'm sure he had an emergency, but please, Dr. Gupta will be back on. He's with us every month. Give them a call, 310-220-4543. His website is Mindful, MINDFULL, weightloss.com. Tell him you heard about him on the Ask the Expert show. And I promise you, he will change your life, and you can thank me later. I guess that's going to do it for us today. That's thank God I know about this product, and I could talk about the product and how great it is. We appreciate you tuning in today. We're usually on at about 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Fridays we're on at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week with more Ask the Experts.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.